Hello, gorgeous. Okay, if you're in my inner community, you will know behind the scenes, your girl's not feeling very well. But I couldn't not show up today because I had a conversation with a friend today, and pretty much November has taught me quite a bit around not only having done this for 14 years, I've had a lot of feedback from people about their perception of me or what they thought or what I've shared online. And that can be one of the biggest things when people are being visible, not just online in businesses, but within yourself, within your life, within your romance, like within your love life. And so I wanted to share about how it is absolutely crystal clear when I speak to somebody, whether they want to work with me, whether they want to be my friend, whether it's in the dating situation, in the dating scene, whether it's, like I said, business, I can tell straight away how real someone is being. Because, how do I know this to be true? Because there's an aura of vulnerability, strength, and unapologeticness that you naturally recognize amongst somebody else who's doing and being the same as you, right? And I've talked about very recently, if you've watched my YouTube stuff, you would have seen that I added a new account to what I do, and it's Drop the Struggle, and it's really focusing on my physical transformation and some physical transformations that some clients of mine have had over the years through the work and principles and protocols that I share. Now, what has this got to do with you? Why are you going to still keep watching? Whether you are dating, right? The level of the fear that you have of being seen, of being real, is going to show you the type of partners or people that are going to stay in your life or they're going to go on by. Because people can only meet you at the depths in which they've met themselves. And so I know all too well, I've said this before, I'm a bit like Marmite or Vegemite. You either like me or you don't. And some people think, oh my God, yeah, I kind of want to be around you, so I want to be around you. But because I can see right through many people, how so? Because I know I can see they're holding back. I can see through them so clearly. I can see how they're holding themselves back. I can see how they're usually avoidant, or they fear in business it can look like they fear being seen online for what other people think. And as a recovering people pleaser, I can see it all too clearly. And so it's not just in business or online. You're literally leaving money on the table if that's the case, but also in love. If you're holding yourself back, or you're not being true to yourself with what you desire or how you desire it, or you think you kind of want to date, but really deep down you don't, but you go forward anyway. The right people can smell that, okay? And by not being, and everyone's like, well, what's the real you? The real you is the you that you are with your best mate. The real you is the person that knows you most in the world, which is also yourself. You know deep down, which is why I lovingly talk about it all the time, like your physical appearance isn't just, for me, I've been talking about it a lot recently, like losing weight. People are going to roll their eyes. Everyone deep down knows when they look in the mirror, whether they are being their best selves or their truest self, or if there's parts of them that they could improve on, but it's just not the time, or there's other things going on. And it's the same with your business. If you look within your business or whatever impact you're trying to make in this world, because I particularly talk to people that want to make an impact in this world, a positive one, it's every time you're too scared to show up for yourself, for your life, for your love, for your business, you're missing out on money, you're missing out on love, you're missing out on impact, okay? And this is what I have been doing for over 14 years is I see you and I'm calling you out on it. Because there's people that really need what you're doing. There's people that really, really need you in their lives. The real you. Oh my goodness. Hello, Rosalind. Hi, gorgeous. An OG. Lovely to see you. You know this all too well then. I've been harping on about this for decades now. People need what you have. People want what you have. But if you're too scared of your own shadow, if you're too scared to fully be seen because maybe your physical appearance isn't the best it can be, so you don't really show up online. Like, I know right now, there are many people that wouldn't go online like I am because the hair's slicked back. You know, I've just eaten, I'm just had dinner, I'm full up, I'm overcoming a cold. But I've said from day one, what you see here in all my imperfect glory is who I am. And that bestows power of influence, of impact, of connections, genuine human connections. And that to me is an important value. They are important values of mine personally. But it's the same in my love life. It's the same in my friendship circles. It's the same in my business connections, in any clients that want to work with me. The truthfulness of who I am, the consistency. So how do you overcome maybe the fear of being seen in some capacity? First, it's having the openness and the awareness to look at yourself with love, compassion, and understanding and say, right, where is it that we want to go? Who do we want to be with? Who do we want to be? Who do we want to be with? How much money do we want to make? How many lives do we want to impact? Where do we want this business to go? How do I want my family life to be? All these questions are all leading you to the next question or questions, which are, where are you not doing that then? How are you not being that now? What is it that's really causing you to not do that thing? Be that woman, be that man. You know, I had a massive heart-to-heart with someone the other day, and one of the things that they said was, do you know what, Stacey? I really didn't like it when you were sharing about being in Emirates or making all that money. I totally thought you were just a money-grabbing bitch. I've heard family members, through the family, to me, I had family members that were saying, why does she share so much stuff online? Like, having family members talk amongst themselves, like, why does Stacey share so much online? Like, who cares? Who actually cares? And it's like, people do, because people are seeking genuine human connection. And I've been saying it for, like I said, 14 plus years now. And it's a huge value of mine. It's like, what you see here is who I am in my own evolution, my own growth, and my highs and my lows, which is how and why I shared my big fat gut online, because I'm like, I needed to see a woman who had the body like I did, but also was on the other side. Not someone who's like, in no disrespect, but like Gymshark stuff and is like gym broing it. It's like, I just didn't see somebody like me. So I became the person that I wanted to see online. I showed up in my, if you've seen on Instagram, you would have seen I documented the whole thing. And it's the same with my business. I'm from a working class background. My parents, absolutely amazing, but there was no way that I wanted to continue my life like that. I wanted to make shit tons of money, thank you very much, in a way that feels good, so I can say yes to seeing family and loved ones around the world. So that I will never be in a situation again, like I was in Australia, being like, everything is just like, what has happened? And I was struggling, and I was like not being able to pay rent, and people shouting at me, and like, it was just horrible to then go, right, let's get back in the room, Stacey. What do we stand for? And the moment that I did that, I'm getting emotional. Ground it. If you saw, I did a crying video on here when I was literally leaving Australia, when I thought everyone was saying, just get a job. So I ended up waitressing down the road, and then I still showed up, and then there I go. People saying yes to working with me, starting to have people inquire again, because I'm like down but not out, because I'm showing resilience and fortitude. And like, she's back now talking about speaking engagements next year around the world. Like, that is real, because I didn't give up. And so I show people that online. I'm not scared. This is where the power comes in, right, for you, in love, life, business, connections. You can't fake real. You cannot fake truth. You cannot fake realness, authenticity for a buzzword. And so do I have the fear of being seen? Not when your why is greater than your fear. People's opinions of me are no darker, like the possible, oh my God, Stacey's this or that. Family members, friends who have come back later very recently saying, I didn't like it when you did that. It really pissed me off. I was like, yeah, it would have pissed me off too. That's why I wanted to understand, how do I get clients that pay me thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands? How do I show up so I'm still true to me and not selling my soul to the devil? How do I still show up and know that everything I'm sharing, I've done myself? So I'm not asking anybody to do anything I haven't done. That, you become unstoppable. So when I looked at my, hopefully this is helping. So when I looked at my figure, I was just like, this is not the best we can be, Sargison. Like, whoa, time out. And so I looked and I was like, who can help me? I am willing to do the work in all the ways. And so now I speak to people that want to do the work in all the ways and are willing to invest, rather than trying to convince people to be a better person, to look at their own shit, to be, to be truthful. I speak to those people already that don't need convincing, that don't need landing pages, that don't need reams and reams of thousands of other reasons why my programs, my coaching, my presence is worthy of them saying yes to themselves and investing in that. Right? And it's the same as how I show up in my love life. And it's like, come right or don't come at all. Like, I'm not about fakeness. I'm not about people saying one thing and doing another. Words are cheap. Right? So I felt called to share this today, even though I'm like not feeling 100%, because somebody needs to hear this. The fear of being seen is showing you there's an element within yourself for improvement, for release, for acknowledgement. And it could be your desires. It could be the fact you're undercharging. I had a call today with a woman, amazingly talented woman. She knows who she is. She created her own business and sold it to a FTSE 250 business. Absolutely rolling it. Absolutely incredible. Yet another endeavor she's doing, like, I don't know if I could charge that or do that. I think you've forgotten who you are. I think you've forgotten what you've done. Right? And so when you're that person, you're going to be met with people that invest, that say yes at the levels you do. Because we know it, we can feel it, we can sense it. And it's like, this is why I say as well, having the audacity, the people who work with me, we refine the audacity that you have. Because this playing small in life, love, business, wealth, charging your rates, well, people in the industry only pay this. Says who? Oh, the industry. Not you, though. Why are you capping your wealth ceiling to somebody else's wealth mindset? That makes no sense. That literally makes no sense. Oh, yeah, but Stacey, like for me, brink of bankruptcy, lost it all. Like, oh my God, like completely trying to fight my way out of this. And then there comes a time and a moment where you say, that isn't the end of my story. And in actual fact, anything can change. One yes can change your life in an instant. One yes to you going to the coffee shop and allowing yourself a nice coffee could mean that you meet the love of your life. But first you've got to say yes to yourself. This is coming through my spirit, so I'll share. When somebody said to me, when I recently just, had a call with someone and she knows who she is, and she decided to say, okay, let's work together. And this was after months and months and months of like crickets, absolute crickets, me reestablishing my life, going through everything that I went through. And I still didn't go backwards with my price point. I held firm. And I was like, it's this. There are cheaper, there are less expensive, but if you want the best, you pay for it. And I'm the best in what she was wanting, because she said, like, she was like, yes, this is it. I know it's you. I can feel it. I can sense it. Do you see what I mean? That's not arrogance. Do you think Apple say, oh, our phones, they're kind of good. They're kind of all right. No, they don't. No, they don't. And a friend of mine said, I didn't like you because you're preying on people's problems. And I said, you know that restaurant down the road? They're preying on your hunger. You know that those clothes that you're wearing, those branded clothes, yeah, they're preying on you wanting to walk around in designer stuff. Like it's ludicrous. Like we need to stop that. Or people, right, I mean, they can do whatever they want to do, but not the people I hang around with. Like we know a solution to, or it's not even a solution. You could give, let's be honest, beauticians, eyebrows, tint your eyelashes that cost like £70, or get your nails done. That's 120, chaps, by the way. But it's like £120 for your nails and toes, shellac. Is that a need? No. Are they preying on me wanting to look pretty? Yes. Like preying? No. It's ridiculous and it has to stop. There's my 2 pennies. So if anybody has a service or a product or anything you're selling, there are people out there, know this, you can focus on trying to persuade people that think you're preying, or your mindset can be attached to wondering on, oh my God, I think people are going to think I'm preying on their problem, or if they hire me, they're going to go without. They're adults, they can make a decision. Or how about talk to people that are willing to pay? I work with people who are willing to have a solution and to do it and to experience it. I'm not sorry about that, because do you know why? The other people that need convincing a gazillion times, or for you to justify your price point or justify your services and say, well, it's because you need this, and dip in all the pain points. Yeah, give them facts. But then I honestly would say, just don't waste your time worrying. Like, don't worry about those people. And I know it's really hard as a recovering people pleaser. You can't help everybody. You can't help someone that's not willing to help themselves. And those people may not see the value in I'm looking at who's online now. They might not have the value of the farming products that you have here, or the burnout issue that you're helping other people with, or the jewelry that you're making, or the fact that you do cold plunges every day, or the fact that you are a yacht chef, or the fact that you're a gentleman that's just started your own executive coaching. Like, this is why I love to be like a bit of sass, because I know how it feels from a working class background. But I can promise you, people who, whether they, have made their own money, like I have, and I invested tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or people that just have the money anyway, maybe they're trust fund babies, they're still human beings that have things that they want to solve. Companies have things that are the true companies that you might approach with your products, let's just say, or services. The right companies will see the value, and those that don't, okay, more for you. It's the same with dating. I'm not everyone's cup of tea. Okay, but for the right person, what is it they say? Like, somebody's too much is somebody's, wow, I'll do anything. It's actually not enough. Like, it's the ability, and what I'm passionate about is I still have my moments of wobbles, but then they don't cripple me to not show up for myself, for my love life, for my business, for my clients, for my mission. And so remember, there's always somebody who's just showing up with her hair slicked back, feeling poorly, that's showing up and doing stuff that you could do too, but maybe you're not, for whatever reason. And maybe you're not meeting the love of your life because you're thinking all the apps are bad, maybe, or that you're not getting out there because you don't feel confident in your skin. The crux of all this is, the crux of all this is if you're not truly confident and love yourself with it, like truly, you're like, yeah, we're doing this, we've got it, there'll be something you're holding back on. And I faced it very recently with this particular physical transformation that I'm doing. But it's been the same with my money story, right? And attracting the clients that pay thousands, tens of thousands, instead of trying to convince people who only want to pay 200, 500, whatever. Or, you know, there's people already now that it's blowing my mind that pay 10 times what I'm like, whoa, that's the most I've ever charged. And it's like, well, I've just sold a package over here for that. I'm like, wow, I want to work with those people. Because, yeah, this isn't an expensive hobby. This is a business. But also, I'll tell you this and then I'll leave you. I've sold my services for £250 at the very, very beginning. And the most I've ever charged is 250,000. It's still me. It's still what I know to be true, what works, how I can help you move out of your own way, how I know that the results that you have are a decision away. They're a yes away. They really are. So even through my own ups and downs, my losses in my business and the gains and all of this, right? Rocky old road. That's entrepreneurship. Hello. But it's like, but I'm still here and still talking about it because it's the truth. When you decide to get out of your own way and love yourself and not seek external validation, you'll make more money in your business. You'll have better relationships, friendships, business connections, clients. It's a ripple effect. And the ROI is times infinity. So send me a message if you want to work together. If not, have a great day. And I'll see you on the next live stream. Bye.